LA Rider is brought to you by Dudley DeBosier Injury Lawyers, serving Louisiana motorcyclists and their families for nearly 2 decades. Dudley DeBosier, official injury lawyers for the Motorcycle Awareness Campaign.
When you're on a motorcycle, you got to look out for all kinds of stuff. But after a crash, it's a danger you can't see that can really get you.
The insurance company is working behind the scenes to deny you compensation.
They're building a case against you, but at Dudley DeBosier, we're working for you.
Keep your head on a swivel. Let these guys look out for you. Motorcycle crash? Demand different. Demand Dudley DeBosier. 444-4444.
Hello and welcome to LA Rider, Louisiana's #1 motorcycle television show. I'm T.W. Robinson and we're so glad you're joining us today. This week, Tammy Arender and I explore the back roads and byways of Northeast Louisiana in search of cool destinations and cooler weather. While we didn't find cooler temperatures, we did find some great places to cool down and forget about the heat, like Okaloosa's in Monroe, and a place called Hippie Chicks in Columbia. This is definitely not your father's snowball. All this and a whole lot more on this week's edition of LA Rider. So hop on your iron pony and let's take a ride. Welcome to another edition of LA Rider. I'm T.W. Robinson. Hot enough for you? Well, I think a lot of us have been asking one another that question recently, as record-breaking temperatures have spread across the country. Because of the heat wave, Tammy and I recently went searching for cooler weather, or at least cooler places to beat the heat.
I do think this summer will go down as one of the hottest on record. Even so, TW and I decide it's time to do some riding. We call this our In Search of Cooler Weather ride. And since it's in Northeast Louisiana, and I was born and bred in these parts, I'm the perfect tour guide, right? Wrong. Just as we leave Warhawk, Early Davidson, and Monroe, I take a right off I-20 and head toward the Russell Sage Wildlife Area. I'm quickly reminded how directionally challenged I am. This road dead ends less than a mile from the interstate, dumping us all in a pile of gravel. So we make a U-turn and go to the next exit and head south on Highway 133. Now I know where we are. It's a gorgeous 2-lane road that takes us through Ouachita Parish and parts of Richland and Caldwell parishes. The fabulous farm fields of soybeans and cotton provide a beautiful backdrop. Not a lot of shade along these byways, though, so after about an hour and a half, I'm thinking that we need to head back to the big city, Monroe, or Funroe, as we affectionately call it.
I never knew Monroe was also a fun road.
I decide to introduce TW to one of the coolest places in town.
We're at a new restaurant in Monroe, otherwise known as Funroe. It really is. You just have to know where to go and who to hang out with. But it's called the Okaloosa.
No sooner have we sat down and T is looking for the most refreshing drink on the menu. I think she found it.
This is a rock star martini. Really. That's what they say.
Because you're a rock star.
Yeah, and it looks more like a snowball to me. But they told me to pour this little concoction on there. So here we go. Let's see what I get. This looks like a snowball, like a never had before.
That does look amazing.
Really yummy.
While she gets her healthy drink on, I'm more worried about the food. And right on cue, I get those marvelous meatballs I ordered.
I love me a good Italian meatball. So you ready? That'll make you slap your nona. Isn't that what you call a grandma in Italian? That'll make you slap your nona.
TW gets the shrimp cocktail appetizer.
Wow. Are you kidding me?
Talk about some Gulf shrimp.
That is
Size matters.
Oh, wow.
Before TW can finish her appetizer, though, I'm already pining for key lime pie.
Let's put it to the test. I surrender.
Now that we've had our fill of fabulous food, it's time to document our visit to the Okaloosa with a selfie.
All right, are we in there? No. All right, I'm not in there, but that's okay.
no.
Do you want to take one of those there too? 2 seconds. We'll hold up their order.
You want to pretend like you're taking a selfie?
Yeah, pretend like a selfie, but we want to make sure we see the F in fun row.
How do you do that?
1, 2, 3. Okay.
After our trip to the Fun Row fence, we come back to our table to find a sinfully delicious looking cinnamon roll. Who ordered that? Well, I probably did.
All right, you need to erase from your memory, because I have, that 5 minutes ago I ate key lime pie. Because now I'm going to eat some of this delicious cinnamon roll. Oh my gosh. TW, I will wrestle you to the ground.
The battle of the
The battle of the cinnamon roll. Oh my gosh.
Okaloosa is a great place to end a hot day. When we come back, we'll take a look at some ways to deal with the heat while you're out riding.
LA Rider is brought to you by the Motorcycle Awareness Campaign, a 501c3 nonprofit organization exclusively dedicated to promoting motorcycle awareness and rider safety throughout Louisiana and the nation.
All of a sudden, I see this car. He stopped, starts to turn out in front of us. Next thing I knew, I was on the ground, crawling around, looking for, my boyfriend, just to make sure he was okay. In 2 seconds, it can all be over, and people don't take the time to think about that when they're on the roads, because in our situation, the guy said, I saw them. I just thought I could make it. I never, ever in my entire life thought this would happen to me, honestly.
Improve your skills. Make U-turns with ease. Tighten your corners and ride with more confidence and greater control. Sign up now for Cajun Thunder's Motorcycle Skills Training Course, taught by Police Instructor Mike Richard and Amanda Joe at Cajun Thunder's state-of-the-art facility in Ponchatoula. Take your riding skills to the next level with Cajun Thunder's Rider Advancement Training.
For the best in restorative and cosmetic dental care, choose Dr. Jason Hutto. Your smile is important, and so is your overall oral health. And at the dental office of Jason Hutto, our aim is to provide the highest quality dental care. From implants and cosmetic procedures to fillings, root canals, and cleaning, choose Dr. Jason Hutto.
Hi, I'm Jason Hutto. Call for your appointment today.
But not on Fridays. That's the day we ride.
I didn't see him.
She just came out of nowhere.
Oh, God, what are they gonna do?
Watch for us.
See us.
Watch for us.
See us.
Watch for us. See us.
Watch for us.
See us.
Watch for us.
Save us.
Nearly 2/3 of all motorcycle fatalities are caused by distracted and inattentive drivers. Please, watch for motorcycles.
Welcome back. I'm TW. Here in Louisiana, we like to say it's not the heat, it's the humidity. Well, that sounds good, but as country music legend Jerry Reed said, when you're hot, you're hot. Here in Louisiana, we like to brag that our riding season is year-round, and that's basically true. Although there are a few days in January and February that get cold enough to keep me off the bike and by the fire. Summers in the Bayou State can be pretty brutal, and the heat wave that has hit us lately has been especially challenging. But there are ways to deal with the heat. Keep the sun off your skin, wear breathable clothing like mesh jackets, and stay hydrated by drinking plenty of water. But after nearly 200 miles of 100+ degree temperatures riding along the back roads of northeast Louisiana recently, I was about to find myself a gas stop with a water hose or a walk-in cooler. But Tammy had a much better idea. A quick stop for a snowball in Columbia. But not just any snowball. Instead, a frozen, icy experience from a place called Hippie Chicks.
TW, you are in for the treat of your life.
It looks like it, except how am I going to decide which
Well,
one I'm going to
that
get?
will be your biggest problem you've had today.
What's bigger, extreme or supreme? This cool roadside stop is one of the hottest places in Columbia these days. Hippie Chicks is owned and operated by sisters Macy and Kaylee Arthurs, and people drive 30 miles or more to line up for one of their incredible concoctions.
Where from?
Monroe.
Drove 35 miles to come this place.
Yes, ma'am.
I hear that every time I come here.
Using shaved ice, ice cream, cakes, candies, cupcakes, and all sorts of wonderful goodies, the Hippie Chicks serve up some very delectable and cooling masterpieces.
All right, now I know it's a snowball place and we're supposed to go snow cones and we are riding in 111 degree heat,
Right.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm going ice cream all the way with a side of cheesecake.
Okay, I'm gonna have the birthday party, even though it's not my birthday. But I'm gonna test it out and then come back for my birthday. But as they say, the real proof is in the pudding. Or in this case, the snowball.
Where to even begin? Wow. Oh, I'm so glad mine came out first. All right.
You better get that strawberry twister. It's gone.
Oh, get it. The strawberry is the least thing I want on there because it screams healthy. All right, ready? All right. Well. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. And it's not just because it's 110.
Right.
Okay, I mean, this is so good. Wow.
And how do you eat the cheesecake?
Well, I'm getting down in there. See, there's a technique I have. It's all in the wrist.
Oh, I see.
All right, you get ice
Okay.
cream,
Ooh,
you get Cool Whip, and you get cheesecake. That's how you do that.
Look at that. It's a Hippie Chicks birthday party. Birthday party. Birthday party. And it's not even my birthday.
Hold on. Wait, I missed it.
After one of these, you won't mind riding in 100 degree heat. In fact, you may just jump on your bike to go get one. Hippie Chicks in Columbia. It's definitely worth the ride. I'm not kidding. Hippie Chicks is fantastic. If you live in the area, check them out. If you don't, you might want to plan a ride there soon. More LA Rider coming up right after this.
At G & Gonzalez, we do it all, from really big to the really small. Keeping you safe? No problem. We have the latest AOT racing gear found exclusively at G & Gonzalez. Don't monkey around, head on down to G & Gonzalez of Baton Rouge where the fun begins.
When you're on a motorcycle, you got to look out for all kinds of stuff. But after a crash, it's a danger you can't see that can really get you.
The insurance company is working behind the scenes to deny you compensation.
They're building a case against you, but at Dudley DeBosier, we're working for you.
Keep your head on a swivel. Let these guys look out for you. Motorcycle crash? Demand different. Demand Dudley DeBosier. 444-4444.
I didn't see him.
She just came out of nowhere.
Oh, God, what am I gonna do?
Watch for us.
See us.
Watch for us.
See us.
Watch for us. See us.
Watch for us.
See us.
Watch for us.
Save us.
Nearly 2/3 of all motorcycle fatalities are caused by distracted and inattentive drivers. Please, watch for motorcycles.
Want a high-quality used motorcycle delivered to your door with a money-back guarantee? At usedbikesdirect.com, you can choose from hundreds of high-quality American, Japanese, and European motorcycles. Just browse our website, pick your bike, get your financing, and arrange your trade-in, all from the comfort of your home. And we'll deliver it straight to your door for free, complete with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Buying a used motorcycle has never been easier or safer. Just go to usedbikesdirect.com and start shopping.
For more than 40 years, Robert Rad Leonard has provided South Louisiana motorcyclists with all their needs, from a showroom jam-packed with all the latest gear to a full-service shop featuring skilled technicians who handle everything from routine service to complete engine rebuilds. Rad Cycles also carries a huge selection of pre-owned models and has the area's largest inventory of used bike parts. For all your riding needs, do what South Louisiana motorcyclists have been doing since 1978. Go Rad. Rad Cycles. They're rider recommended. Looking for a trailer? Check out Mike Gerald's Trailer Depot. At Mike's 2 Baton Rouge locations, you'll find a huge inventory of high-quality motorcycle trailers, boat trailers, cargo trailers, utility trailers, and custom-built trailers. Plus, the largest inventory of trailer parts and accessories in the area. Can't find that perfect trailer? Let Mike build one for you. Mike Gerald's Trailer Depot. 2 locations in Baton Rouge to serve you. They're rider recommended.
Welcome back. I'm TW, and we're here in the trophy room at Cajun Thunder with Amanda, and she's going to tell us a little bit about the upcoming competition. So Amanda, you're leaving Tuesday?
Yes, we are, which is only 2 or 3 days from now. It's in Amarillo, Texas, and this is their first one that they're hosting. This is a big one for us. We started training speed and speed only, and this competition is just about speed, which makes me a little nervous because that's one of my weak points that I need to work on, but it is going to be a really fun competition. There's going to be 100 riders or more, and it's going to be a really good one.
Now, the different competitions that you go to, do they tell you before, or you kind of learn from other riders that have been to it that this is what they focus on, or do they tell you that when you sign up?
So this competition, the people who organized this one, they were awesome and actually gave us the patterns that they're going to put out at the competition. Oh, wow. So we know that there's going to be 5 speed patterns. We don't know exactly how they're going to be arranged, but they gave the patterns to us so we could practice beforehand. And there's no precision. There's the slow ride, of course, the challenge ride, and I'm sure a bunch of fun partner events as well. But this one is mainly focused on speed. And in talking with others, this one is not going to have that clean bonus. It's just speed, and you just get penalties here and there for whatever cones you hit. So it's going to be fast, and it's going to be exciting.
Oh my goodness. Have you had time to practice?
Oh, unfortunately not. I have had so much work and other projects going on. No, but I am going to utilize my 2 days of practice very well, and I'm going to spend as much time as I can on the course, practicing, riding the patterns, going as fast as I can, just trying to get rid of that fear of going quick. And because you know my goal, I've got to beat my dad, and he is a speed demon out there.
You're right. I have seen him in action, and he loves that speed, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. So I got to get out there. I gotta get to my next level. I think I can do it out there.
So this should be a great competition for him.
Yes.
Because of the speed.
He is very excited for it, yeah. And another thing, so our course out here is concrete. Everywhere we've gone so far has been asphalt. We've also been told that the slow ride at this competition is going to be on concrete. So I'm hoping that that'll give us a little bit of an advantage. However, we found that slow riding on asphalt better, but I don't know, we just stick a little bit more, but you know, we're always up for a challenge.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't go in there clean, just wiping everybody else out, just like y'all been doing.
Oh man, no. Some competitions, some of us do awesome, and some of us, you know, we'll mess up here and there. I'm looking forward to it. I wish I had a little more time to practice, but like I said, I'm gonna be out on the course those 2 days, just constantly working it hard.
Well, Amanda, we can't wait to hear the outcome of this one. We'll be right back.
At Jandy Imports, we have everything for your ride. From high-quality leather jackets, vests, and chaps, to saddlebags, luggage, and riding boots. We have a large selection of helmets, too, and feature a full line of AmSoil and bike care products. At Jandy Imports, you'll find the area's largest selection of patches, all sewed on for you while you wait. You need it? We've got it. At Jandy Imports, the little store with the big inventory.
Come see us at Jandy Imports.
Motocross? We've got it at G & Gonzalez in Baton Rouge. All the bikes, all the gear, and the expertise to help make you number one at the track. From beginner to expert, we've got just what you need at G & Gonzalez in Baton Rouge. Come see us today at G & Gonzalez, Louisiana's oldest family-owned power sports dealer, located in downtown Baton Rouge in the shadow of the state capitol.
Race on down to G & Gonzalez. Becoming number one starts here.
We're waiting for you!
For the best in restorative and cosmetic dental care, choose Dr. Jason Hutto. Your smile is important, and so is your overall oral health. And at the dental office of Jason Hutto, our aim is to provide the highest quality dental care. From implants and cosmetic procedures to fillings, root canals, and cleaning, choose Dr. Jason Hutto.
Hi, I'm Jason Hutto. Call for your appointment today.
But not on Fridays. That's the day we ride.
Just putting on leather and sitting on a bike doesn't make someone a biker, and it's easy to tell the posers from the pros.
Same goes for law firms. Just because someone's a lawyer doesn't mean they know motorcycle cases.
At Dudley DeBosier, we've been fighting for injured bikers all over Louisiana for years.
After a crash, get experience on your side. Call Dudley DeBosier. Motorcycle crash? Demand different. Demand Dudley DeBosier. 444-4444.
Support motorcycle safety and encourage other drivers to watch for motorcycles. Purchase a motorcycle awareness specialty plate for your car, truck, or motorcycle. For an additional $25 a year, you can help the Motorcycle Awareness Campaign promote safety, awareness, and training programs throughout Louisiana. I'm T.W. Robinson. No matter what you ride, put a MAC plate on it and help support motorcycle awareness wherever you go.
Improve your skills. Make U-turns with ease. Tighten your corners and ride with more confidence and greater control. Sign up now for Cajun Thunder's Motorcycle Skills Training Course taught by Police Instructor Mike Richard and Amanda Joe at Cajun Thunder's state-of-the-art facility in Ponchatoula. Take your riding skills to the next level with Cajun Thunder's Rider Advancement Training.
Welcome back. I'm TW, and you're watching LA Rider, Louisiana's #1 source for motorcycle lifestyles, travel, and adventure. We close our show today with a ride from the past and another vintage story from the LA Rider Vault. It was a pleasant September morning as I headed toward Ponchatoula to hook up with Amanda Joe for a short lunchtime ride to Madisonville. For some time, Amanda's dad, Mike Schwem, has been telling us about a great coffee house on the banks of the Tchefuncte River, which also serves up some pretty good grub. Well, you know me, I'm always ready to ride, especially if it's a new culinary experience. And within minutes, Amanda, Mike, and I were turning left onto Water Street and pulling into Abita Roasting Company. RIDER Roasting Company is located in a beautiful old home on Water Street. You can have a brew inside, on the porch, or on the beautifully manicured lawn. I quickly settled for a fried shrimp po' boy, and Amanda Jo ordered seared tuna. Meanwhile, I sampled a frozen mocha, and Amanda tried a pina colada smoothie. Within minutes, our food arrived.
Look at the size of that shrimp. Awesome.
Let's see. Oh my gosh. That is really, really good.
Shrimp are huge. The bread is so fresh and soft. The French fries are yummy. I can't eat it all. I have dinner tonight. So it's perfect.
It was perfect. They seared it just right. They didn't cook it all the way through, so the middle is that perfect texture and temperature, and it was amazing. They seasoned it right. It was very good.
RIDER Roasting Company has been called Madisonville's living room, and it's a living room with a beautiful view. After devouring our lunch, Amanda Jo and I took a stroll across Water Street to enjoy the view up close. If you come to Madisonville, you'll want to spend some time on or near the water, and there's no better way to do that than enjoying a snack, a meal, and a cold or hot brew at RIDER Roasting Company. It's another gem you'll find when you choose to ride Louisiana. We hope you've enjoyed this week's edition of LA Rider, and we hope you'll come back next week for another great show. Until then, I'm T.W. Robinson. We haven't been everywhere, but it's on our list. See you next week on LA Rider.
LA Rider is brought to you by Dudley DeBosier Injury Lawyers, serving Louisiana motorcyclists and their families for nearly 2 decades. Dudley DeBosier, official injury lawyers for the Motorcycle Awareness Campaign.
When you're on a motorcycle, you got to look out for all kinds of stuff. But after a crash, it's a danger you can't see that can really get you.
The insurance company is working behind the scenes to deny you compensation.
They're building a case against you, but at Dudley DeBosier, we're working for you.
Keep your head on a swivel. Let these guys look out for you. Motorcycle crash? Demand different. Demand Dudley DeBosier. 444-4444.
God bless chrome cowgirls like us.